Song on Spruce Street made me smile like Gucci sweet. I bet I could get her number sometime. She was just standing there as I walked away. I should have said hi. I thought to myself, oh, you're way better than the one before. Got a vibe from just looking at her eyes, and I can't stop, can't get her off my mind. Oh, so, oh, if I look back, will I ever forget those eyes? Yeah. The city is too bright at night. I need to get away, think I need some time, guys. And I know this time I fell too hard, too fast, maybe a bit too far. First kiss is always right. Yeah, I think I fell for a stranger. Yeah. voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the ways. Oh, let me show you all the ways. Yeah, let me show you all the ways. Taken by the words that you say. The voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me.
Shubidi wop me, oobity wop me, oop-a-doo down.
More numbers.
Let me show you all the ways. Yeah, let me show you all the ways.
Wop shawam, wop shawari wop, 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 wop shawam, wop shawam, Shoobity wop me, oobity wop me, oop-a-doo down.
Good evening, 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 good evening. And welcome, friends, to Game Night. It is Thursday, the 30th of April. We're nearing the end of another week. I hope you are doing splendidly. And let's have even more risky business with this message from our sponsor, Puzzle
Good
Dan.
evening, all 60 whole months, but 5 whole years. Don't you know, Ben, that is crazy to think. It's time for hexagons or the bestigons always.
Indeed, they are always the best guns. And Puzzle Dan, thank you very much for 5 years of support here at Game Night. Enormously grateful to you. And kicking off that hype train now because I've done my good morning thing. Somebody has been alerted, and look at him. He's been shorn. He has been shorn. He went to the groomers, he's had all his hair cut, and he's got a little bandana, which he loves. Dexter, over here, mate. Dexter, say hi to everyone. Yeah! Oh, don't you look smart? Yes, thank you for the kisses. Lovely kisses. Yes, he's had a proper glow up, and I'm hoping he sleeps because we went for a 5k after work before stream. It's his first run with me for a very, very long time. So, yeah, I'm hoping he's a bit exhausted. Anyway, good evening to you all. I hope you are keeping well. Lots of things that I need to go through. First of all, Ash the Bash, who I'm not entirely sure is here, but thank you for the tier 2 gifted sub to Prugs that came in a couple of hours ago. I think that's possibly a prize from your end of season draw, but very grateful to you all the same. If you're watching this on the VOD or if you're lurking in the background, big love. Thank you very much. And Prugs, enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. Welcome to 2 new friends, Lexi Holmes and Veridis Luna. Lovely to have you both here. I know one of you came as an invite. In fact, I think both of you probably came as an invite from existing members. I think one of you, though, came as the invitee was me. So more of the work colleagues unite is continuing to grow. So welcome to you guys. And lots of stream streaks. AB me as well with a 66 month resub. Thank you very much. SJ cashing in just over 3,000 pennies in the lottery there, and a hype train and everything else. So that's caught up on all the news. It's all very exciting. Lovely to be here. Hope you're well, having a good week. Hasn't it been nice? Hasn't it been nice? Hasn't the weather been good? Oh, it's like summer or spring. At least spring is definitely on the air. It's a bit blowy. Still a little bit blowy sometimes. But we can't complain. The sun is out. It's perfect running weather. And I'm feeling very pleased with myself because after a full day's work today, I cooked my signature pasta bake, barbecue chicken and bacon pasta bake with a frankly irresponsible amount of cheese. Cooked that, did a 5k with the dog, came home, ate, showered, did all the setup for stream, and away we go. It's very, very. I feel good. I feel we're packing a lot in, which is nice. We've got some raid messages coming in already. You can, of course, suggest a nice raid message. You're going to do it in good faith. All in good faith. Don't just nick something someone else has just said unless, or make up your own mind, and then maybe I'll mark it. I'm not going to police it quite so viciously tonight anyway, but it's that's there. Bonus pennies, and you get the thumbnail designed just for you if you are tonight's raid message. Of course, you can go and catch up on any episode of Game Night on demand if you have missed, and if you are watching on YouTube in the future, make sure to like and subscribe. I have to say that because the algorithm tells me to, and I feel dirty all over despite having just had a shower. But doesn't my hair look fabulous? That's not related to what I was talking about. Anyway, shut up then. Discord. Come and join Discord where you can get all the latest news and updates if you're not there already. Pop on in and come and say hi. Let me say hello to you all. Good evening too. Broogs and SJ, Veridis Luna, Lexi Holmes, JR, Paulister, Stimson Zangle, AB Me, Matt the Ref, Ardenfett, Samster, We Like Shapes, Bungle, Flyboy, Stilgar, Shadowmane, Arun, Matt the Sprat, Toot, Lupine, Alexander, Sosely Bob, Jones Dan, aka Dan Jones, welcome. You can call me Charlie, Puzzle Dan, BC, 8 Minky, Lingo, DMC, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are all most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining us for what is going to be an interesting stream. I think it's going to be an interesting stream. We are starting off with Risky Business. Now, I have seen literally nothing of this pack. It's been written by Lingo Maniac. It's been proofed by Stimpson's Angle. And I have not seen a thing of this. So I'm very grateful to both Lingo and Stimpson for their efforts on this. Hi, you indeed, Lingo. Thank you very much for the questions. Looking forward to seeing them playing out, and I hope everyone else is as well. Coming up a bit later on, we have got the second heat of our Drain tournament, which features, well, supposed to feature 4, but we may have somebody who is forfeiting at this late stage of the game. More on that at 9. I was felt like a news anchor. More on that later. And then I'm going to see how I feel and what time it is after the drain is done. I might do a little mini dev stream / show you some work in progress that you might be able to just test out a little bit. I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to see what time it is. But I do need to at some point show off this new game that I've been working on. So do stick around for that. We've got the Thunderbolt draw as well a bit later on. And of course the raid message winner. All of those lovely things to look forward to amidst your usual dose of quiz. Now, Risky Business, written by Lingo. If you've not played it before, you will pick it up very quickly. Quick reminder, you need the Universal Controller to play. 0.9.1 is the latest, or the current version. There's a 0.10.0, which is floating in beta somewhere, which isn't public. You don't want to use that yet, it's not ready. But 0.9.1 is what you need. Either download the standalone versions for PC or Mac, or you can play in browser with the WebGL version over at PersephoneShared.com/Unicon. And I think that's about it. I've told you about the on-demand channel, I've told you about the Discord, told you about the Unicon. There's the room code. You'll pick it up if you've not played before and have a wonderful time. Lots of you in, north of 30 by the looks of it at a glance. So this Thursday evening, I think we should get on with the quiz, as a very famous man once said. It's Risky Business. It's been written by Lingo, proofed by Stimpson's Angle, and I think we should get on with the game. Time to lock the lobby. I'll wait for the... There we go. Go into the Sting sort of bed with it. Yeah, get the questions right. That's sort of the long and short of it. Now, I'll headline this at the beginning for those who have played before and those who have not played before. You do not need to answer every question. Sometimes it is better to leave the question blank for reasons that will be explained. And just a quick reminder for everyone that Googling is not allowed, and if you're caught, you will be banned. Simple as that. So please don't. Or any other search engine or ChatGPT or any other form of cheating and otherwise finding out the answers from anywhere other than your own brain. Good. That out of the way, let's get on with the quiz as we play round 1. Round 1 is favourable odds. You need to select one of the correct answers from the 5 presented options. Within the room code is very nearly HMRC. That's very pleasing, in a way. Within 15 seconds. 15 seconds to select one of the options. With each question, the number of risk points available increases, whilst the number of correct answers decreases. So on the first question, there'll be 4 out of 5 that will be right. You get 2 points if you can find one. The next one, only 3 will be right, and it's worth 3 points. The next one, only 2 will be right, but it's worth 5 points. The last question is a little bit different, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So the bigger the risk, the more the reward. But you do not have to play. If you're not sure, you can leave it blank, because if you give me a wrong answer at any time, your risk points get reset to 0. However, abstention will preserve any risk you have accrued. In order to play question 4 of the set, you've got to choose to risk based on the answers alone. You'll be shown the answers but not the question. It's worth double points if you can find the right answer, but only one of the answers will be correct. And if you choose to risk, that is the one question you can't abstain on. I'll tell you a bit more about that as and when we get there, just to remind you, and particularly for our first timers. But we've got 3 sets of 4 questions in this round and 20 points available per set, so you could be sitting on 60 points come the end. But it's up to you which ones you play, which ones you leave. This first question, if you've got no risk, is always worth having a crack at. So let's take a look at the options for our first question. Night Fury, Red Death, Hideous Zippleback, Diamond Claw, Gronkle. Name a species of dragon in How to Train Your Dragon. 4 of those are correct answers. Not those ones, though. Let's just say, not that one. There's an answer from everyone. Of course, you've got no risk. You might as well have a punt. Most players getting it right there. Diamond Claw is a thing that Lingo made up, apparently. Night Fury, Red Death, Hideous Zippleback, and Gronkle were all correct answers. Well done if you gave me one of those for 2 points. On we go, 5 options, 3 correct answers here. And it's worth 3 points if you can tell me one. You don't have to play if you want to preserve those 2 points that you've got. If you don't have those 2 points, then you might as well have a guess. Let's take a look at the options. King of clubs, Jack of spades, Queen of spades, King of diamonds, Jack of hearts. Name a one-eyed playing card. You do not have to play. I've got a deck of cards, Andy. Ralph is not going to take the punt on this one. King of clubs and Queen of spades are both facing straight on, whereas the Jack of spades, the King of diamonds and the Jack of hearts are all in profile, I suppose is what you call it. So they look like that, so you can only see one eye of them. Not to be confused with, I think it's the King of hearts who's the one who impales himself on his own sword. That's a really good pub quiz question. Which court card in a standard deck of playing cards is impaling himself on his own sword? I think it's the King of Hearts. That might be a question later on. I don't know. I've not seen this pack, but well done if you got that one right. A lot of players on 5 points. Ralph taking the high road there, taking the better path of Valor and retaining his 2. Few people wiping out back to 0, so they may as well have a punt on this next one. If you've got points, think twice before you play, because there's 2 correct answers here. 5 points if you can find one, but a nasty wipeout if you give me one of the 3 incorrect answers. Let's take a look at the options. A, E, I, O, U. Name a New York City subway line. This is looking an awful lot like a Snellen chart at this point. A very weird Snellen chart. The characters are flipped the other way, so there's 2 Kings of Hearts. So if you want to go into major pedantry, I think it's clear what the question was implying there, Bruce. A and E. I and O can be confused with 1 and 0, and U sounds too much like you. Snellen charts for you one-eyed Jags. Very good indeed. And Eli, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, so A and E, the correct answers. Most players getting that one right. A few falling into one of the little traps there. And it looks like I've done the answer order is respected now, but it's either that or a massive coincidence that they came out in alphabetical order. And just a couple of players abstaining there, retaining their risk. Let's reset that one. And yes, U sounds too much like you, as in Y-O-U. Now, for this question, I'm only going to show you the options, and you have to decide whether to bank or risk. Now, if you want to bank, it will take your risk, it will put it in the bank, and it's completely safe. Safe and locked up, but you will not be able to answer this question. If you do choose to risk, you can't abstain. So if you press the big risk button, you're going to have to play it. There's only one correct answer, and it's worth double points if you can find it. If you don't have any risk, unfortunately, you won't be able to risk on this question because 00 is still 0, so it's no point. So make a decision. Do you want to bank or do you want to risk? Remember, if you want to bank, just leave it blank. Here are the options. JRB, TTC, CCM, LLL, WDW. Bank or risk? Just a few players giving this a go. Sam risking his 8, Ralph's risking 7, Charlie and Paulus are risking 5. Silver Electron at risking 3. Everyone else is chucking their points into the bank. So, let's see what this question brings and which direction is it going to go. For you 5, if you actually, if you abstain, it will be treated as wrong. So do say something, even if you've no idea. Good luck. Here is the question. Name an abbreviation for a level in Banjo-Kazooie, 1998. Sam's got there, everyone else wiping out. Oh no, I have. Bungle thought he got there, but he hadn't. Oh, Luna could have got there. Bad luck. TTC was the answer. All the choices are Super Mario 64 levels, but there's only one overlap between the 2 games, Treasure Trove Cove in Banjo-Kazooie and Tick Tock Clock in Mario 64. I've actually someone who's has a vague flirtation with the speedrunning community. I've actually never played Mario. So I think I played it once when I was about 12, but not for a very, 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 very long time. I was a Sonic kid. You never knows I was a Sonic kid growing up, rather than in the Mario family. Sega household. Yeah, this is Sega. Rock on, Sega, not Nintendo or Nintendo. What the fuck are you talking about, Ben? Shut up. Right, Sam, very well done. Getting up to 16. Let's put it in the bank. And those are the scores. Lots of players on 10. There it is. Stilgar, Socially Shaped, Shadowmane, Rifsky Business, Maxio, Fluffy, and Bungle all on 10. And Sam with the lead on 16. David Baddiel in third at the moment, de facto third on 8. Let's do it all over again. Another set of 4 questions. This first one has 4 correct answers and 2 points if you can find one. Nobody has any risks, so you might as well attempt it. Here are your options. Tequila. Sorry, vodka. Gin, white rum, whiskey. Name an ingredient in a Long Island iced tea. Just the 3 players airing on that one. Shape, Sophie, and Fetz all going for whiskey, which was the wrong answer. According to the IBA, the International Bocktails Association. I should know what that stands for, but I don't. The recipe also lists Cointreau, which is a high-quality triple sec, lemon juice, simple syrup, and a splash of cola. Give me sex on the beach any day. Some idea. So we're talking about going away this summer at some point. And my idea of a holiday, right? I'll tell you what, right? My idea of a holiday is going somewhere very, very hot that has swimming pools on site. Full board, so as much as you can eat and as much as you can drink, and then doing absolutely nothing for a week to 10 days. That, I tell you what, that's my. I don't really like going on holiday and seeing things. Certainly not in the summer. If I want to go and see things, I'll go to like Croatia or Montenegro or Venice or somewhere. But if I'm going to Cyprus or Crete or the Algarve, I want to do as little as possible. That's there you go. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's my idea of a holiday. Let's reset the question. Most players on 2 points at this moment in time, 2 risk points. Let's see what the next one brings. 3 correct answers here, 3 points if you can find one. Options are blue, black, red, yellow, green. Name a colour that appears on the top row of the Olympic rings. Why are you erming at me, JR? I always worry when people erm at me. Do I need to look for a DM now? Oh, you didn't proof this, so... Oh. No, is that no worries or no comma worry? I'm never sure. Blue, black, and red are the answers. From left to right, it goes blue, and then yellow, and then black, and then green, and then red in a W shape. W for Olympics. Yeah, most players getting that one right. Bungle, Wall, Rucken, and Risky Ref taking the better part of Valor and abstaining to preserve their 2. Most players are now up to 5. A few wipeouts there, but we've still got another question to see if we can build some more risk. CJ, Silver Electron, Matthew, welcome all of you to the stream. Lovely to have you here. 2 correct answers here. 5 points if you can find it. You do not have to play. Here are your options. Egypt, South Africa, Argentina, Sri Lanka, or Singapore. Name a country that uses the dollar symbol for its main unit of currency. Oh, there's a wrong answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 4 people abstaining on that one. A last minute answer coming in from Riff and finding the right one. Only 1 incorrect answer from Socially Bob there. Overwhelmingly, the most popular answer there was Singapore. Argentina also a correct answer, despite the fact Argentina doesn't use a dollar. Argentina and Singapore both use the dollar symbol for pesos and dollars respectively. South Africa uses the rand, which is an R. Egypt uses the pound, which is the standard pound symbol, or LE, weirdly. And Sri Lanka uses the rupee, which is RS, or R, uppercase R, lowercase s. So Singapore or Argentina were correct. And almost everyone getting it right or abstaining. Socially, unfortunately, you've got no risk, so won't be able to risk on this next question. Everyone else, you will have that choice. We've got a good range of risk points. Everyone on the left-hand column. It's so weird how often it comes out where all the players on the left column have the maximum. And then it starts going down on the right. But everyone on the left column with 10 points of risk. Shapes and Fets with 8. Bungle and Woolrucken on 7. Risky Refs on 2. And everyone else who's in play is on 5. Let's see if you want to risk this question. Remember, if you don't want to play, if you don't like the look of the options, you can leave it blank and we'll put it in the bank. However, if you do want to play, there is only one correct answer and you are bound to answer if you choose to risk. Good luck. Here are your options. Jonas Salk, Richard Feynman, J. Robert Oppenheimer, Max Planck, Sigmund Freud. Bank or risk? A few more having a go at this one. Sam Fluffy, Luna, David Baddiel, Flyboy Eli, and Alex all risking the maximum of 10. Shadowman Cola, Lexi improves, all risking 5. Everybody else putting their points into the bank, and it is Riff who has the bank lead at the moment with 20. But let's see if that changes when this question comes up. Only one correct answer. You must attempt something or it will be marked as wrong. Good luck. Here's the question. Name a scientist who isn't of Jewish descent. Not that one, Eli. Nor them neither. Alex has got there. Sam has not. Luna? Nope, just out of time. Marked incorrect automatically. Max Planck was the answer. Where we get the Planck length from, I believe. The Planck length, which is the shortest possible calculable distance, I believe. He was Lutheran. He was of Lutheran descent. Jonas Salk, Richard Feynman, Oppenheimer, and Sigmund Freud were all of Jewish descent. And a right gallimorphry of answers coming in there. Freud, Feynman, Salk, Feynman, Oppenheimer, Salk. Everyone except... no, all of them. All of them were accounted for there, including Planck. Just Alex giving us Planck. Freud, Feynman, Salk, Oppenheimer. Yeah, you did account for all of them. Well, I suppose that's impressive in a weird sort of way. Never mind if you lost some risk there. Alex, let's put your 20 into the bank. And we have a tie at the top. Risky Business and Risky Alex. That's why you can't hear me. Piping, it wasn't. I was piping it through the wrong voice meter channel. Fucking hell. Right. Right, it's recovered some scores. I don't know where it's going to put us back into the game. It's done some level of recovery, which is nice. I have a feeling it's going to put us back to the start of question 5 when we carry on. And as ever, we'll do the honours system. Clues come in. These 4 monitors, what I was saying before, these 4 monitors went off, but these 4 are plugged into the GPU. That monitor, which has all my levels on, stayed on. Now that one's plugged into my motherboard. Then the graphics card stopped, so I very quickly turned the machine off. My graphics card has not yet restarted. Well, it's not spinning anyway, it's on. GPU usage at 32%, but that was just very... So I do blame Graham as well. Where were you, Graham? You had everything went wrong. Yeah, but everything looked normal. Temperature, usage. So next thing is going to be a complete wiping of the C drive and a fresh reinstall of Windows. That is something I am going to do next week. Maybe on Bank Holiday Monday. That's going to be a thing to do because I'm running out of options. And it's clearly not just the GPU because it's a brand new PC. Right. What we're going to do is try and salvage this, and I'm going to try and keep a positive mental attitude about everything. I've recovered your raid messages, by the way, so it probably restarted your count as well. We'll see what happens as we lock the lobby and where we go to. Oh, let's see. It's still round 1. Should we find out what question we're on? No, we're going from the top. You got 3 points. Honours system. Here we go. Speed run, risky business. Diamond Claw, Red Death, Hideous Zippleback, Night Fury, Gronkle. Name the species of dragon and how to train your dragon. Speed run strats. Play the honours system. If you got it wrong before, you get it wrong this time. That's called the honours system. We can see the people who have decided not to come back to the game, or maybe they just need refreshing. Next. Jack of Spades, King of Clubs, King of Diamonds, Queen of Spades, Jack of Hearts. They might be in a different order. Well, they're in the order I just read them. Oh, actually, that's a point. You look like you've got what you banked in round 1. So actually, we could just forego this round. If everyone just wipes out on the next question. Yeah. That's a really good point. It should have jumped to question 5, but didn't for some reason. So, did everyone confirm? Are those the points you had at the end of round 1? No, because Sam had 16. No, it's not quite right, because Sam had 16, so something's afoot. Yeah, no, try and get to what you had before, but honours system as far as you can. I swear to God, if I see anyone with 60 points at the end of round 1, I'm going to drop kick you. A-E-I-O-U. Honours system, please. Honours system, please. Try and get back to what you had before, if that's at all possible. Right. Here's the risk question. Honours system, because I know there are only 5 of you who played it, so if you're going to start... No cheating. Sir will be very cross. 2 we can overlook 2. That wasn't your fault because the banks were incorrect there, Bungle. Now, Sam got this right because he was on 16 at the end of this round. Charlie didn't get it right, but Charlie may have been on 10 before. You should have risked got it wrong. Can't remember the wrong answer. So we'll rate. I like this. Speedrun risky business. Right. That's not right. Bungle, you unequivocally did not have 20 at the start of this round. Neither did Riff, neither did Stilgar, because Sam was in the lead with 16. It's all gone wrong, so I'm going to hope that those people who are now ahead of Sam and have maxed out the points in that round, yeah, I'm going to trust that you're going to make amends in this next round. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll forfeit any medals and pennies that you would otherwise win. Sort it out. Sort it out. Lots of wrong answers now. You people on the 20 didn't even risk it before. Oh no, but if you had 10 in the bank, I suppose. If you have 10 and you're playing the same thing as before, you've got an extra 10. Yeah, okay, fine. It may not be entirely your fault. To be fair, it's entirely my fault for not having a more stable machine. Right, are we back where we were? No, we've got a few more to go. I can't get it wrong enough to get back to what I had. Ain't that always the way? Ain't that always the way? Right, GPU fans are running. Yeah, I've lost track as well. Just the thing, I wouldn't have known that, and I don't remember guessing it right. We'll have a rough honours system. Can I extend my apologies to Lingo Maniac for speedrunning your question back? Normal service will resume very shortly. Someone who did this for a living would probably be able to devise a system where you can just jump to a particular question and also edit the points. It's coming. It's coming soon. It's just not yet. Yeah, we can reconcile top scores in there. We'll do it in post. It would be great. But the problem is when you've got like 35 players in the game, it's really hard and then you've got to go through them one at a time, which takes as long as doing it this. This is just previously on Risky Business at the beginning of the episode. Absolutely, I agree with that. Right. Into, oh, hello. I've got a new footrest. It's a spaniel. Might have just kicked him a little bit. Put my feet down. Right. Here we go. Only some people's bank look to be recovered, so some people doubled up, but not everyone's. Yeah, which is why it's a bit of a mess. But we've still got the majority of the game to go. So, what we'll do, we'll just now. Alex had 20. I know that. Sam had 16. I don't know what everyone else had. This looks better than I appreciate everyone's good humour in this. And I appreciate, because I'm trying my best to keep positive attitude, which is a little bit difficult after a crash sometimes. It also means that my post-stream pack down is going to take so much longer because I'm going to have to stitch the videos together and then upload manually to YouTube.
What a shame.
What a shame. Anyway, right, new question. Here we go. Options. Cheese, tomato, onion, pickle, lettuce. Question. Name an ingredient in the Big Mac according to that jingle from the 1970s. Incidentally, I will go back and check the VOD at this point of the game now and at the point earlier on, and I'm going to subtract any points that you've lied by if you've managed to give yourself a bit. No, I won't do that. Unless you've obviously cheesed it. Tomato was the wrong answer there, by the way. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. But the melody isn't written down for me, so I can't sing it to you.
What a shame.
I know you're devastated by that. Well done if you got some points there. Next one. 3 correct answers, 3 points if you can find what options are. Oh God. Japan, Spain, United States, Germany, or France? Name a country that has hosted either the men's or women's Rugby World Cup at least once. I'll tell you why I'm hesitant in a minute. Boo sports. Japan, Spain, and France were the answers. Now, I'm going to have to go look at the data because there might be a bug somewhere, because my screen just has as my options Japan and answer text, which worries me that there is another edge case bug in Risky Business. These are the things that worry me. Fortunately, the question played out okay up top, but why has it come to the operator wrong? I do not know. House of Games Code. It is a bit House of Games Code. Most players getting that one right, a few abstaining there. And my host notes are all over the place. My host notes for Japan are France. 2 most recent are 2023 men's and 2014 women's. So something has come unstuck there. Let's reset that question, and hopefully the operator will come good in just a moment. Options for the next one. 2 correct answers here. 5 points if you can find one. Oh my God, it's all over the place. I'm going to have to read it off the broadcast graphics like a chump. Frederick Chopin, Ludwig van Beethoven, Piotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, or Joseph Haydn. Name a composer who was alive in the year 1800. This is an easy one. Never Tchaikovsky, that's the rule. Beethoven and Haydn. Haydn was 1732 to 1809. Mozart, I don't have this on my notes, I just know was 1756 to 1791. Chopin was a bit later, I think he was about 1810 to 1852 or something like that. And Tchaikovsky was way later, I think he lived into the 20th century. My answers are all over the shop. I've no idea what's going on. I haven't got a clue. It's quite funny, actually. I should take a photo of this. I'll share this in the Discord later on and see what my screen shows me at the moment, because it's a right mess. But well done if you got that one right. A few people on 10 points. Now, if you want to risk on this next question, there's only one correct answer, and no one's going to have a clue what it is, including me, because it's not even going to tell me here. If you want to abstain, put the points in the bank, leave it blank, and all will be well. Here are your options. Oh my god, I've got 7 answers on my screen. Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Saturn, or Mercury. Bank or risk? And there is time. Quite a few of you risking on this one. Quite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with 10. Fluffy with 8. Sam Veridis, JR, Dan, Shadowmain on 5, Coda on 3, Matt on 2. Everyone else putting the points into the bank. Let's see what the question brings. I've got the questions, just the answers are a hot mess, so I'm going to have to look at the data to find out what's happened. Anyway, options, and welcome to the game of frontery. I hope you're back from your errands. Did you have to go and do errands earlier on? Welcome on in. Here's a question. Name a defunct division of the Ford Motor Company. Bit of a swerve, bit of a rug pull. You know it. Should have risked it then, Bungle. It's Mercury. It was designed to bridge the gap between Ford and Lincoln. A bit tricksy here was Saturn, which was a subsidiary of General Motors, designed to compete with Japanese imports. So my host notes are working, the question's working, just my answers are all over the place. Faeces indeed. Well done if you did double your points there. Let's put them in the bank. And we have finally reached, after 55 minutes of stream, we've finally reached the end of round 1. Well, Eli is in the lead with 40. Tenuously, I think may have got some extra bonus points, but that's sort of, if we're not playing the honours system, then if you are playing the honours system, then kudos to you. If you're not playing the honours system, then well, you're only cheating yourself if you are. But I'm sure you're not, Eli, but you have got the lead with 40 points for the time being. I'll just say this to everyone in the top 3. If you're not playing the honours system, then that's just not fun on anyone. But David Badil is on 36, reckons he should have 28. Playing the honours system poorly. Risky Business and Risky Alex tied up in 3rd with 30 points. But we've got a long way to go, and hopefully everything will just be smooth from this point on. Let's find out. Round 2. Oh my God in heaven. Answer lozenges are still on my screen behind the instructions that I've got. Everything is breaking today. Everything is breaking, but we'll power on because I'm a consummate professional and that's what we do. It's the board game. Select as many of the 9 presented options as you like within 60 seconds, at least 4, and up to 7 of the answers will be correct. For each correct answer identified, you'll get 5 risk points. If you identify even 1 incorrect answer, though, you get nothing for the board. 3 boards in the round. I'll bank the points after each board. Yeah. Play as many as you want. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many on each board, but there'll be at least 4. You don't have to give me 4. You can just give me 1 if you like, but there won't be more than 7. So if you click all 9, you'll be wrong. 2 points of note on this one. If you once you've clicked submit, you can't go back. So use the time. There's a timer in the top right of the Unicon. So make sure you use all that time wisely, but you must click submit before it hits 0. If you don't click submit, it will not count as a submission. It doesn't automatically collect what you've got. So do hit submit before the time expires. Make sense? Good. Right. Hopefully the operator's going to sort itself out. If not, then what que sera sera. Options. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Identify the dealer up cards against which you should split 9s in blackjack. I watched a video on this on YouTube the other day, and I wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo. I barely understand the question. I see what's happened with the operator now is left 2 answer plaques in there automatically for some reason. Something's gone wrong somewhere along the line. Right, at least 4 of those are correct. Identify the dealer up cards against which you should split 9s in blackjack. Talking basic blackjack strategy here. If you're not sure, just go for 1 or 2. 1 or 2 sensible guesses. Any croupiers in here? They're going to have a good time. Just staring at the question still says shapes. I'm the same. I'm a poker player. I don't understand blackjack. Last couple of seconds. Let's have an answer, please. Ben leaving it to the last minute as always, and it's paid off. He's gone up. But look at this. All greens on the left, reds on the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 is what you should split. Most that we had correct was 5. Risky Business and Matt the Sprat. 7 and 10. You should not split 9s against 7 and 10. Very basic strategy, can vary slightly depending on rule variance, number of decks and so forth. The strategy for splitting 9s remains the same except for one very specific case against the dealer ace. But ace isn't a choice here, so it doesn't matter too much for the purposes of this question. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's a blackjack question. Well done if you got some points there. Let's pop them into the bank. Risky Business into lead with 55, and Sam in second with 46. Big Bird and Eli tied up in third with 45. Some more options for you, I think. Here you are. I see where this question's going. Blueberry, olive, grape, lingonberry, strawberry, apple, banana, tomato, cherry. Identify the botanical berries. Which are berries, botanically speaking? Can I give you a clue? No, I'm not going to give you a clue because some people have already attempted. Are you worried, Dan? I think we all are. Have to invoke your QI knowledge. This is Series C of QI. It's about what the definition of a berry is. Can you remember? Bungle, Ben, Matt, let's have some answers, please. Ben, just in the nick of time, getting a safe 2. A few people getting a right answer there. Bungle and Flyboy doing best of all, getting 4 of the possible 5 up there. Olive, strawberry, apple, and cherry were the wrong answers. Blueberry, lingonberry, grape, banana, and tomato, botanically speaking, are berries. Cherries and olives are drupes. D-R-U-P-E-S, rather pleasingly, containing a single hard put or stone, whilst apples and strawberries are rather lovely accessory fruits. They're the sort of fruits that you wear on a bracelet or something. They're accessory fruits. I've never heard of a lingonberry. I've heard of a loganberry and a dragon fruit. Dragon fruits are marvellous things, aren't they? But no, I've never heard of a lingonberry. I don't know if it's related to Lingomaniac, who wrote the question pack, if he's invented a fruit just for the purposes of this question pack. That would be a marvellous thing to do. That would be commitment to the cause, Lingomaniac, I have to say. Anyway, well done if you got some points. Let's put them in the bank. Sam in the lead with 61. Bungle just a point behind with 60. David Badil is in third with 56. Let's take a look at our third board. Options are... love it. Salmon, russet, ochre, khaki, fuchsia, lilac, lime, teal, azure. Identify the colours of Joseph's coat, mentioned in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Fun fact, I would 100% this board. I would 100% this board. I've lost track of how many times I've conducted or sung that song. It was. You know full well I have got nothing in my notes, and I'm going to give you the whole refrain at the end of the question. 60 seconds to sing the song in your head. Lots of people joining the stream. Sorry if I've missed you. Obviously, I had to have a restart, so I may have missed you. But welcome on in, everybody, all the same. Hope you're keeping well. Right, last 15 seconds. Let's have your answers. Quick. Bungle, Ben, Matt, and Lexi, I need something from you. And that's time. Not many people getting points. There were only 4 up there that time. Right, here we go. It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and lilac and fawn and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and grey and purple and white and pink and orange and blue. Those are your options. Red and yellow and green and brown, scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and grey and purple and white and pink and orange and blue. Salmon, fuchsia, khaki, lime and teal do not feature on the colours of Joseph's coat. That just happens to be something I could do. That's a question in my wheelhouse. I like to think Lingo deliberately left no notes on that question, thinking Royal will know these and he's just going to sing it, which is exactly what happened. That's my headcanon anyway. Well done if you got some points. Arun, Fetz, Woollyback getting 20, Sam and Cola getting 15, Ice Tim, Matt and Charlie getting 10, and Ben picking up 5, everyone else wiping out. Let's put the points in the bank and check out the scores at the end of round 2. David Badil and Sam have the lead with 76. Bungle is in second with 60 and Risky Business is in third with 55. Much to play for as we go into this final round. I've got a lot of raid messages that I need to look through, which I will do in due course. System, 31% GPU, although we've already established it's nothing to do with that. It's going to be a fresh reinstall of Windows. That's going to be happening Bank Holiday Monday. That's my Bank Holiday sorted. Yay. But it needs to be done, so it's also going to be Graham's Bank Holiday sorted. So Graham, I hope you're not have plans on Bank Holiday Monday because you're going to be helping me reinstall Windows. Anyway, shall we on to round 3? I think we should. It's this or that. You need to select the correct answer from the 2 options presented within 7 seconds. Answering correctly earns you increasingly more risk points. 1, 2, 3 and so on. Answering incorrectly at any time will reduce your risk points to 0 and reset your streak. Abstaining from a question will bank your risk points and reset the streak. 15 questions in the round. Very best luck to you all. And Clive, welcome on into the game at this late hour. Gunning for 120 points, so it is still very much anyone's game. It's fast, it's furious. 7 seconds goes by very, very quickly indeed. So it's sort of like the weakest link. If you've got a good chain going on, you don't want to risk the next question, abstain, put it in the bank, and yeah, that'll be the thing to do. Good. Everyone understand the rules? Great. Let's go on. Question number 1. This or that. Options are freshwater, saltwater. What do alligators prefer? Unlike crocodiles, which have freshwater and saltwater varieties, alligators very much prefer freshwater. As far as crocodiles go, it depends on the species, is what my notes say. Some prefer freshwater while others prefer saltwater. In fact, that's exactly what I just said before looking at the notes. But alligators, you'll find them in freshwater. So what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Someone posted something on the internet which showed them side by side. They really are quite distinctive. Which one's which, I don't know. Crocodiles have a longer snout, don't they? The longer snout, and alligators are... Alligators see you later, don't they? Whereas crocodiles will see you in a while. I'm funny, damn it. Right, on we go. Question 2, this or that. Options are biceps, triceps. Which muscles does a bench press work? I so wanted that question to be biceps and biceps. Biceps and biceps would have been good. About half and half there. Yeah, triceps are more of a push muscle, while biceps are more of a pull muscle. So a bench press, which is that one, that'll do triceps, apparently. No, I only do running. Conrad, welcome to the stream. Let's go on. Question number 3, this or that. Options are Madame Adelaide, Lady Tremaine. Who's a character in Cinderella? Lady Tremaine. Lady Tremaine is the wicked stepmother in Cinderella. Madame Adelaide Bonfamille is the owner of Duchess and her kittens in The Aristocats, which is a film I haven't seen since I was about 7 years old, and yet I remember surprisingly large amounts about it. Creme de la Edgar comes to mind, O'Malley the alley cat, and other nice things that feature in Disney films of the 1950s. But yeah, Cinderella, 1950, I think, Cinderella. Lady Tremaine was the villain. Right, let's put points in the bank. Still got a few people on a perfect streak. Let's go to question number 4. This or that. Options are Caspian Sea, the Black Sea. The Danube Delta lies on what sea? It's the Black Sea, mostly in Romania, although a bit of it goes into Ukraine as well. Right, Charlie's banking 1 point there. Let's pop it in the bank. We have still got 5 players with the maximum risk. Sam, Riff, Woollyback, Alex and Clive, all with 10. Let's see if they can continue that streak as we go to our next question. Everybody wants to be a cat except Riff, because the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. There's a really cool electro swing cover of that, which I'm going to find at halftime and play for you. It might be by Katzenjammer, actually. I'll check it out. Right, question number 5. This or that. Options are Stout, or Stoat possibly, and Skunk. What's another term for ermine? Stoat. I think it's Stoat rather than Stout. Stout's a beer, isn't it? Is it Electro Swing Circus? Could be. Hello, Oni, by the way. Welcome to the stream chat. Hope you're well. Yeah, Stoat. The main difference is the coat. White during the winter and brown during the summer. But it is the same animal. It's a mink, I believe. It's a sort of mink ermine. It's one thing I remember from primary school. I remember ermine being something. It's a white sort of fur, ermine fur. We called it ermine at the time because we were 10 and didn't, hadn't developed the concept of vocabulary properly. Bungle and Big Bird putting 6 in, Sosie putting 3 in, Alex is putting 10 into the bank. We've still got 4 players with a maximum streak of 15, including Clive, late come to the game. Wouldn't it be a coup if Clive came in and won just playing around 3? It would be kind of appropriate, I think, wouldn't it? Clive definitely playing the honour system. Right, let's go on. Question number 6, this or that. Options are Alaska, Hawaii. What was the 50th state to join the Union? Hawaii was the answer. Alaska was admitted January the 3rd, 1959. Hawaii, August the 21st of the same year. So, same year, but Hawaii just slightly later. Oh, Cola wiping out 10 there. Paulister putting 6 in the bank. Ralph popping 3 in. And still 4 players with the maximum streak of 21. Ben, I'll ask the question. Very good. Oh, excuse me. Right, we're halfway through. Just about as we get to question number 7, this or that. Options are non-binary pride flag, asexual pride flag, which has a grey stripe, or as my answers say, non-binary pride flag or answer text. Why is it doing this? And why only in the operator? Why is it crapping itself in the operator? But is Unicon doing anything weird? Did it say answer text on anyone else's Unicon or anything? There might be an operator bug rather than a data bug. It's the asexual pride flag, for what it's worth. I have no notes on that one because, again, the operator just decided to do something weird. I'm going to take a photo of this. I'll show you this later on because it's like, that's not how the game works. Right, 3 players, Clive, Riff and Sam with 28 points of risk. They are still on a perfect streak. Woollyback is putting 21 into the bank. That might give him the bank lead at this point. No, it won't, but it's going to put him into a good position. I'm arguing myself in the same sentence. Other banks going in. Ice Tim putting in 10. Amy putting in 10. Conradlat putting in 6. Matt putting in 3. Puzzle Dan putting in 1. Shapes losing 10 there. Bad luck. The non-binary is yellow, white, purple and black. And the other one I don't have the notes for, sadly. Let's put the points in the bank. And look at this. David Baddiel and Sam neck and neck with 76 apiece. Wooly back with a very nice 69, but Sam has got that 28 points of risk lead. Let's see if he can capitalise as we go to question number 8. This or that options are The Legend of Zelda, Fire Emblem. The character Harkinian is associated with what? There's a lot of boying there. It sounded like a lot of confident boying happening there. It's The Legend of Zelda, and Lingo's just written Maboy, spelled M-A-H space B-O-I. As someone who has played neither of those games, assuming they're both games, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo, but there was a lot of confident boy going on there, wasn't there? An awful lot of confident boy. SJ, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's The Legend of Zelda, and that's all the information I can give you other than Maboy. Let's put the points into the bank. Who's losing what there? Oh, Riff and Clive losing 28 there.
Pain.
You get a pain button for that.
Pain.
3 pains. Luna losing 15. Oh,
What a shame.
what a shame. Fluffy banking 10, Maxio banking 10, CJ and Proves banking 6. Let's go to question number 9. This or that options are Q, Z. The mathematical set of all integers. He is now, he's banked, BC. Yeah. It's Z. And I'm hoping some of our maths bods got this one right. Could eat an octorock. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Z stands for Zahlen, the German word for numbers. Q stands for quotient and refers to the set of rational numbers. Quotient I've heard of. Zahlen I have not heard of. Banks coming in from Shadow and Matt the Sprat for 10. Puzzle down for 1. And Sam banking 36. That could set you in good stead after 9 questions. Let's put it into the bank. First player to go into triple figures on 112. Pulling away from David Baddiel in second place with 76. Woolly back still in third with 69. Let's go to question number 10. This or that options are Any Way You Want It, More Than a Feeling, which is a song by Journey. Any way you want it, that's the way you want it. I think that's how it goes. More than a feeling. That's by Boston, friends, not by Journey. Journey did do other songs other than Don't Stop Believing, it turns out. Mind you, Don't Stop Believing is probably the only one I could hum. I think, any way you want it, that's the way I feel it. And then I just want to break into SOS. Any way you want it, that's the way you feel it. SOS. When you come, I've just gone from Journey to ABBA in the space of 5 seconds. Silver Electron banking 15, Lupine banking 6, Charlie banking the 1. Let's put the points in the bank and let's check out our potential scores. So Sam with 112 in the bank has a commanding lead. Let's look at our potential orders. Eli has 15 points at risk, could jump up to 60 and put himself into that place, but to be honest, that's about all there is to it at this point. There's not a lot of risk floating about in the game, but we've still got 5 questions to go. And DMC and Clive, welcome to the stream. I know you're already here, and I've probably said hello already, but I'm saying it again because I had to restart things. Let's go on. Question number 11. This or that options are 1989. 1998. When was the movie Kiki's Delivery Service first released in Japan? Absolutely not a Scooby-Doo, but I'm assured it's 1989. I have not heard of this film. I'm assuming other people have, considering a lot of people got it right. Bungle just banking the 1 point there. Shadowmane also banking the 1 point. Let's pop it into the bank. And move right along to question number 12. This or that options are gravitational force, electromagnetic force. What fundamental force is measured by Lorentz forces? Electromagnetic force is the answer. It's the force exerted on a charged particle by electric and magnetic fields. Gravitational force is gravity. Gravitons. Mavity. I should have said mavitational force. That's probably what I meant to say. Apologies for misspeaking. I Sim losing out on 10 there. Sosie Bob banking 6. Eli banking 21. And they're going to set their stand at that point with just 3 questions to go. They shoot up into 5th place. Sam, I think, is secure with the gold at this point, so it's a battle into second place. A run with a bank could probably guarantee that silver medal at this point. So then it's a battle for the bronze. Woollyback and Bungle and Eli all in a scrum for that. Maxio is 6 points behind, could make a difference. Flyboy, maybe. I'm not sure if they've got enough in the bank to make a difference with 3 to go. But let's take a look at question number 13. This or that options are Medina, Mecca. Where was Muhammad, the founder of Islam, born? Mecca was the answer. Born in Mecca, died in Medina. Died in Medina, but was born in Mecca. We've got a lot of damage there. A run losing 10, Flyboy losing 15, Prues losing 10, Silver Electron banking 3, Cola banking 1, Maxio banking 6. Let's pop them in the bank. With just 2 questions to go. It looks like that race for silver medal is over. It's barely a race for bronze. Woollyback, it's yours to lose. Bungle's going to have to get both of these right, and you're going to have to get both of them wrong and or not bank to overtake. Let's see what happens. Question number 14. This or that options are a Greek goddess, a Roman goddess. Who is Nike? Greek goddess of victory, I believe. The Roman equivalent is Victoria, so I'm told. Fun fact, Nike, she had a birthmark on her face in the shape of a little tick, like that. That's where Nike got the logo. No, I made that up. That's not true. I can't back that up. Puzzle Dan banking the 1 there. Luna losing the 3. Charlie losing the 1. Let's put it into the bank. And with just one final question to go for all the marbles, as they say, question number 15, this or that, options are rollerblading, skateboarding. What activity is an ollie associated with? Feels like a nice easy one to finish with. Skateboarding, named after its inventor, skateboarder Alan Ollie Gelfand. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. I only knew that from Tony Hawk's, to be honest. So let's put the final points into the bank and check out the scores at the end of the game. Well, I stand corrected. We have got a tie for the bronze medal. Eli seemingly coming out of nowhere, tying it up with Woollyback, 72 points apiece, taking bronze medals. David Badil, aka A Run, takes the silver with 79, but it's a gold medal for Sam with 115 points. And that is the end of the quiz. Oh, well, it's been chaos quiz, chaos to the max. Chaos to the max. But thank you for sticking out with it, and thank you for everybody not for abandoning the stream when it crashed. We did have a slight dip in numbers, but we've got more now than when we started, which is very encouraging. Very apologies. That's not a thing people say, Ben Sharp. Huge apologies for that crash, particularly to Lingo, whose questions got disrupted. And I know we had to play the honour system, but the recovery thing did a bit of a weird break where it didn't quite recover everything properly or put us back in the right question. So, I think Sam's score is definitely first place. If you got more points than you should have done, I might subtract them, and if it changes the medal positions, then maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll let it be. Whatever will be, as it were. Now, friendos, it's 9:20, and everything seems to be stabilised slightly. There is a non-zero chance I'm going to have to restart the operator because I've got 3 too many answer straps on my board, and if they persist going into the next game, which they might do, then I've got a bit of a dilemma on my hands. So I will find out if that is the case very, very quickly during the break. I'll play some music, I'll play some adverts, take this opportunity to go stretch your legs, get some more drinks, get some more snacks, pop to the loo. When we return, we will be having the second of our Drain Tournament heats between BC, Jack, Score Count, and Jerry. If you guys can make your way down towards the green room at this time, I'll be very, very grateful to you. We'll get you sound tested, and then we'll get you into the game shortly. As again, I might have to do some restarts. And I think I'm going to do a dev stream / early showcase of work in progress at the moment. We'll have a quick dummy game. I'm not going to update the Unicorn. I'm going to upload it separately. I will put it on WebGL, so that'll take about 15 minutes. So 15 minutes of dev stream. That'll also give me time to make the question pack a little bit more accessible. Yeah, then we'll have a preview of a new format at the end of this stream after a dev stream. We'll do the Thunderball first, I think. We'll do the Thunderball first. But we've got the drain before all that. So still lots to look forward to this game night. In spite of the chaos, I hope you're all having a good time. I certainly am. Big thanks to Lingo Maniac for those questions there. Not without their challenges, but really good fun, really well researched, and very many thanks to Stimpson's Angle as well for proofing them. Most grateful to you both. That's the end of the quiz. Go stretch your legs. Game night will continue very, very shortly with even more quiz. The Drain, heat number 2, coming up very soon. And I will see you after the break.
Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo. Wop shawong. Wop shawody wop. 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 Shoobity wop me oobity wopity oo. Wop shawong. Wop shawody wop. 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 Wop shawong. Wop shawong. Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo. Ba-doo now.
Now, I promise you electro swing, which means this portion of the stream might be muted. We also might have an advert before it because Spotify breaks when I try and run it. When I try and run it while stream's on. Yeah, only was right. It is electro swing circus. Right, kill current game. I'll come back to that in a minute. Contains chaos is the bonus message. 77 pennies. Type it into the chat now. Advert. Of course there's an advert. This is why I use YouTube Premium now. They got me finally. Let's mute the advert. Get more from your holiday with TUI as well. That's exciting. I can skip that one. Hurrah. Right. For the subscribers, you're about to hear Everybody Wants to Be a Cat by Electro Swing Circus. And when we return, we will be playing The Drain. I'm going to go top up my glass. I encourage you to do the same. And game night will continue with even more quiz very, very soon. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Everybody wants to be a cat because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Everybody's been taken by the words that you say. The voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the ways. Oh, let me show you all the ways. Yeah, let me show you all the ways. Taken by the words that you say. The voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the ways. Let me show you all the ways. Yeah, let me show you all the ways.
Welcome to the second part of this evening's game night, where it is time for heat number 2 of The Drain. You will notice, and I'm going to address this before I introduce the players, that one of the players is not Jack, and it has my avatar there. This is because, Big message from our sponsor, Brisbane, gifting 5 subs to the community there. Shiny, Zangsu, Jones, Dan, Nico Hart, Arun, and SJ, all getting a month of ad-free viewing. Thank you very much indeed for that, Brisbane. But it has also reminded me that I need to mute notifications. Oh, not chat. Oh, it's going to do them one at a time. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. Is it going to do them one at a time? It's going to do them one at a time. It should do a 5. So we'll wait for these to play out. And then I'll do a thing. Why is it not doing the... Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'll let them play it afterwards. We'll have more alerts to look forward to afterwards. We're going to pause alerts for now because obviously we need the players to concentrate here. I'm hoping the players can now hear me and the music in the broadcast studio. If one of them could confirm, possibly either via DM.
We can.
Oh, you can. Good. They've unmuted just to say we can. These are all good things to know. I'll introduce them in a minute. First of all, let me address the elephant in the room. Jack, unfortunately, has not been able to make this evening because it was a last-minute cancellation, so to speak. The rules of the game say that he forfeits his place not in the tournament, but certainly in the heat, and scores 0 points. He's still very much a member of the tournament. Will have his day 2 heat to go, but he'll have some work to do to make up the time because he doesn't even get the 2 points that he would get if he came 4th. It's just unfortunate that's how it's happened. I think he's had another engagement that came up that he couldn't change, and it was too late to change the blocking of the heat. So it's just unfortunate how it's happened. We wish him well. We'll see him on day 2, but that is the ruling that has happened here. Because the game won't run unless there are 4 players assigned, I joined as the 4th player on that podium. How it's going to work is that fundamentally the players will all get a free round 1. They're all going to get through, but remember the high score, and more importantly for him, the highest low score will be a factor going into any tiebreak situations. It also just gives them a chance to warm up. So I won't be buzzing in. Suffice to say, I am going to be the first player to be eliminated, but we're going to play it as though we would anyway, as though Jack were here, but it would just be a bit slow on the buzzer. That addressed, let's introduce the 4 players of tonight's heat. We've got Jerry, who's a game person from the USA. Good evening, Jerry.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well, sir. And yourself?
Pretty good.
Good. You'll just come through a bit quiet, but that's my end. I'm just going to boost your sound just a little bit. So we've not chatted for a little while, if memory serves. Have you played in a tournament before?
Duel over on Ash's stream, but I don't believe I've been on a one over here.
Not on a game night side one. Well, if it's your first one, I hope you're going to have a good time. Your fingers all warmed up, ready to buzz?
Yep.
Good stuff. Lovely to have you here.
I've been on buzz off, actually.
Oh, you did? Okay, yes, buzz off. So yeah, very used to buzzing it. Well, we wish you the very best of luck. Lovely to have you here, Jerry, and the best of luck.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
We've got Scorecount. They're 28 years old. They're a trainee computer science lecturer from Sherwood Forest in the UK. I'm honour bound to ask you, do you know Robin Hood?
I am not at liberty to say.
Of course not. How are you keeping, my dude?
Getting by.
Good stuff. Now, obviously, I hope you don't mind me saying, you did post it publicly, you're the reason that we're having this slightly later than planned. Did the trains all work out for you in the end?
No, which makes me even more glad that we ended up swapping round.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to accommodate. Everyone was very understanding and accommodated, so it's good to have you here. Now, you've had in the past, you've had a lot of behind-the-scenes action in these tournaments, but actually you're on the other side of the fence for this one. How are you feeling coming in as a competitor?
We'll see how we get on. I very much came, like, when I saw my matches, my goal was to not come last in both of them. And that is still my goal. I'm going to try and get rid of one of these two if I can.
I can definitely say you won't be coming last in this one. that I can guarantee.
It's a matter of honour, Ben.
Absolutely, of course. Well, look, Score, great to have you here. Very best of luck to you. That's not Jack. We'll meet Jack in the next heat, but he's a civil servant from Cheshire. But our 4th player is Ben. He's 28. He's a fraud consultant from Northern Ireland. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you with us. Now, you're no stranger to tournaments and quiz formats. What's your what would you say was your most famous moment in quiz?
Oh, it was it's definitely doing the finish line last year and how tight it was, like, easily.
Was it under a second?
Oh, it was probably at about, it could have been under a tenth of a second in more ways than one. That they did have to go to a very long 10-minute VAR review, which I'm pretty sure they usually do not have to do, because it's usually obvious if someone's won or lost. In my case, it was not.
Very, very exciting stuff. So obviously we're slightly lower key here, but no less pressure for sure. How do you fancy your chances in this tournament?
Hopefully pretty decent. As I said, I was happy with how sort of the pre-season game went. With it was a good battle with Arun, so hopefully can be as sharp as that tonight.
Let's hope so. We'll also add that Ben is one of the question writers for this tournament, but because we stack each heat individually, obviously I've gone through and made sure that none of Ben's questions are in this heat. Those are our 4 competitors. A quick reminder of the rules for you at home and for our 4 here in the studio. You'll be shown, you won't be shown, you will hear a series of questions. Bear in mind, audience, that our players cannot see the questions. They can only hear me reading them, so I'll be reading quite slowly and deliberately. They must buzz in, and if they are correct, they win the points that will be draining out of all of the podia and into the total on the back wall. If they reach 0, they will hear a warning sound, because it means they are in danger of being eliminated. It's a zero-sum game, so they're all going to start with 150. They'll drain out with 1 point per second, and it will speed up with each question. If they buzz in and are incorrect, or I deem there to be undue hesitation, they will have a 25% penalty of their current accumulation that will go into the pot, and other players may buzz in to steal. If all 4 players buzz in, or all 3 players buzz in, then I will end the question and we will go to the next one. The target in this first round, and we're starting with 150 points, the target is simply to hit 200. Which means 3 of you will have 200, 1 of you will have 0. As we know, the one with 0 is going to be not Jack in this round, but the other 3 of you, what order you get there is entirely up to you. Fingers on buzzers, and the very best of luck to you all. Let's play. Here's your first question. Who portrays the comedy magician Mr. Swallow? Nobody going for that. Nick Mohammed. What are the 2 lowest positive prime numbers? Jerry.
2 and 3.
Correct. From which Richard Wagner opera does the bridal chorus popularly Ben?
The Ring Cycle.
Incorrect. Does the bridal chorus popularly known as Here Comes the Bride originate? No, it's Lohengrin. The restaurant chain Franco Manca is best known for serving which Italian foodstuff? Ben.
Pizza?
Yes. Which of Henry VIII's wives is laid to rest in Peterborough Cathedral? Nope. Catherine of Aragon. What is the capital city of Estonia? Score.
Alan.
Correct. Which international coffee shop chain features a twin-tailed mermaid on its Jerry.
Starbucks.
Correct. Who always rings twice in the famous novel and Jerry?
The Postman.
Correct. Lock, Shock and Barrel are characters in which Tim Burton animated film? Score.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Correct. As a classic highwayman would dramatically demand, your money or your what? Jerry.
Life.
Correct. And the beep, beep, beep means that Jack's score has drained. Of course, we all knew that was going to be the result, so a little bit less pressure for you guys, but you have all managed to get through, and hopefully that's a nice warm-up into the film. Yes, we know it's not really a Tim, but it was presented by Tim Burton, Sam. Let's not do that now. Everyone knew what it was referring to. Good stuff. We're all through. Let's clear that question down and move on to round 2. Jerry, Score and Ben, you're all through as we knew you would be, but now, so to speak, we are playing for real. The rules continue. Remember, 25% penalty if you buzz in and are incorrect, or there's undue hesitation. This time, you're starting with 200 points apiece and you are chasing 300. Remember, zero-sum game, total of 600 points in play. Very best of luck to all 3 of you. Let's play. Sagarmatha is the Nepali name for which mountain, the highest above Ben?
Everest.
Correct. Sambuca is a liqueur flavoured with what herb? Anise is the answer. Who was the first female monarch to rule England in her own right? Ben.
Elizabeth I.
Incorrect. Score.
Oh God, Victoria? No.
Incorrect. Jerry's not going to buzz. Mary the First was the answer. In mathematics, Euler's identity states that E raised Ben.
1.
Incorrect. E raised to the power Jerry.
0.
Incorrect. E raised to the power I times pi is equal to what? It's -1. Which billionaire bought the Washington Post in 2013? Ben.
Bezos, Jeff Bezos.
Correct. Which professional wrestler played Fezzik in The Princess Bride? Jerry.
Andre the Giant.
Correct. Which English football team previously played their home games at Filbert Street and currently at King Power Stadium? Jerry.
Leicester.
Correct. In which year was the first episode of EastEnders first broadcast? 1985. Which bright yellow element was historically known as brimstone? Jerry.
Sulfur.
Correct. What does a zithologist study? That's beer or brewing. What object is colloquially called a brolly by the British? Score.
Umbrella.
Correct. What name is given to a male duck? Score.
No, this last gone.
Incorrect. Jerry?
Drake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which legendary creature appears on the flag of Wales? Jerry?
Dragon.
Correct. Well played. You've got up to 300 and you are through. Score. You didn't come last, but you didn't knock out either Jerry or Ben. Of Present Company. You could maybe make that argument, but you do get to take 5 points through to the leaderboard, and you got some good answers in there. Just not quite enough. But it's been great having you, and we will see you in day 2, of course. Thank you very much, Score. Let's end that phase and go to the final round. Jerry, Ben, we are through to the final round. A bit of a mean one on that Euler question. That was one of the harder questions that came in. Yes, it expressly said not to accept 1. I could only accept -1. I barely understood the question, but I'm not a maths bod, it has to be said. So, you are both through to the final round. You're each going to start with 300 and you are chasing 600. Zero-sum game, of course. Once you've got 600, you're through and you've won the heat. You've both done very well to get here. Let's see who's going to emerge victorious. Very best of luck. Let's play. Which boxer famously shouted, "No mas, no mas"? Jerry.
Robert Duran.
Correct. A croquembouche consists of a tower of what balls of Ben?
It's profiteroles.
It is. Each of the Gorillaz' first 2 studio albums contains a song named in honor of which Hollywood actor? Jerry.
Clint Eastwood.
Correct. In its former name, what did the Q stand for in NASDAQ? No, quotations. Verdi's Triumphal March features in which of his operas about an Egyptian slave? Ben.
Ada.
Correct. In Doctor Who played the 9th Doctor? Jerry.
Eccleston.
Correct. Which group performed the 1983 pop hit Karma Chameleon? Jerry.
Wham.
Incorrect.
It's music, I'm not attempting that.
Culture Club was the answer. Boston is the state capital of Ben.
Massachusetts.
Correct. Scheduled to be released on the 31st of July, Petal is the 8th studio album by which artist? That's Ariana Grande. Jack Nicholson played which comic book villain? Ben.
The Joker.
Correct. In electronics, what does the D in LED stand for? Jerry.
Diode.
Correct. What is the only Premier League team based in Sussex? That's Brighton and Hove Albion. In the UK, ready salted Walker's crisps usually, Ben?
Red.
Good preempt. Now presented by Sue Perkins, which BBC Radio 4, Ben?
Just a minute.
Correct. Lesotho is completely surrounded by which, Ben?
Wish we'd in our second South Africa.
Correct. In which 2026 Pixar film does a robotics student, Ben?
Hoppers.
Correct.
Good game.
Good game indeed. Ben really piling on the pressure with some very, very strong preemptive buzzing there, because you've got to remember these folks can't see the questions. So I think on that penultimate question, you left Jerry with just 2 points.
Yeah, I was like, wish I'd waited another millisecond.
Half a second. But you got there all the same. Rather pleasingly, we've got through exactly the same number of questions as we did in the last heat. So that's all very pleasing. Jerry, a great run from you there. I see we've just had a raid. Raiders, I will have a chat with you in just a minute. I've got alerts muted because we're on a concentrated game, but I'll come and chat with you all in just a tick. Jerry, great run there, but Ben just really fast on that buzzer.
Yeah, he's a great player. What can I say?
Absolutely, but it's not a total loss for you. 7 points is what you'll take through to the leaderboard, and we will, of course, see you for your day 2 heat in a few weeks' time.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks for playing, Jerry. See you later.
Yep, bye-bye.
So, Ben, there's another victory under your belt. This time, the Drain Heat number 2. Feeling happy?
I was going to say, I think I've been quite fortunate there, because I don't actually feel like I got... it didn't feel like I got a lot right, but where I think it made the difference was I seemed to get the ones right when the pot was massive. And
this is the thing with the game, yeah. If you get a streak of wrong answers, suddenly your correct answer and your buzzer finger can reward you very, very strongly there. So, yeah, maybe, but I mean, you certainly the questions you answered, you're very, very good. You were getting, I will warn you, you were getting a little close to undue hesitation on 1 or 2 occasions. I'm giving a little bit of grace because of latency, but just taking the time to make sure you say the right thing, I know is important in these high pressure environments.
Yeah, it's like it's not panicking under the pressure. But no, I'm very pleased with that. 'Cause as I said, I sort of actually thought Jerry was going to be the favourite because they were showing so much good general knowledge there in the early rounds.
Really were. But the day is yours. You take 10 points onto the leaderboard, and you, of course, have still got another game in hand. So we'll see you in day 2 in a few weeks' time.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, another heat gone. Fast and Furious, and it's Ben who wins the day of the Drain. We will update the leaderboard, and I will post it into the chat once I've got it fully updated with all the micro scores as well. So, we're going to have a little dev stream. Shall I do the Thunderball first? Or shall I go straight into dev stream and then preview of new game? I'll let you decide while the credits roll, because I'm going to come back to the camera because I haven't done any continuity either. So you make up your mind, let me know, and then all will be well as game night continues in just a few minutes. Congratulations to Ben, who has won this heat of the Drain. Right, I'm going to come back to the camera and I'm going to unmute alerts So we can finish off the sub messages that came in from Briz and Flage, my dude. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for that raid. Sorry to ignore you largely as you came into the room. But say we're in the middle of the Drain tournament, which is quite a serious, intense talk to players sort of affair. And I mute alerts for that. I did have to restart the operator to clear those wrong answer boxes. So welcome on in, everyone. But I have again saved the raid message. I'm going to have to go through and highlight in a tick. From everyone who's coming on that raid, Flash, Tipster, Henry the Quacker. Oh, now it does the 5-in-1. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, anyway, I hope you're keeping well, Flash. I'm just going to wait for this poll to conclude. It looks like we're leaning towards the Thunderball next. I will take this opportunity to tell you about what's coming up on Saturday. Yeah, I need to read things, though. I need to read things very clearly in that one, Luna. Yeah, I'll just do a quick restart. Briz, thank you again for those 5 gifted subs. And here comes Flash with the raid. The 41 raiders. Welcome on in, everybody. Very, very grateful to you for that raid, Flash. Hope you keep it well, my dude. So, Saturday, the 2nd of May, we've got The Pyramid by The Lupine One. We've got Battlefront by Matt the Ref. And we've got The Purge by Arun Aromatics. So, very much looking forward to that Saturday. We'll take a break from the Drain, and then we will do double Drain next week, Thursday and Saturday. If you're just here on the Thursday stream, next Thursday we have got the Drain, Bamboozle, and Red Herrings. Might not be in that order. We might start with Bamboozle and then go into the Drain and then finish with Red Herrings. I'll play it by ear, see how I feel next Thursday. The poll is closed, just about. It looks like more people want to do the Thunderball before we go to the dev stream. It isn't just going to be a dev stream, it's going to be a very short dev stream, while I build the new version of the Universal Controller and stick it in a different version. And then, and then rewrite some questions. And it's mainly going to be a demo, but it will be a bit scrappy because I've got to redo my overlays and stuff because I haven't built it and stuff yet. So stick around for that. That's coming up. But before all that, I think we should do our Thunderball draw. We definitely should do the Thunderball draw. So I'm just going to fire it up and then we'll have some very exciting titles. Stygia and Quaker, welcome to the stream. Lovely to see you. And while you join for the Thunderball, I'm going to go through and look at some of these raid messages that have come in because there's an awful lot of them and I need to pick one, even if we're not raiding straight away. Oh, why have you done that? Why did you do that? Why are you like this sometimes, lottery game? Sometimes I type the room code in for the operator and it sends me back to the splash screen, which is really annoying. It's a bug I should definitely fix. Could someone note the bug that you couldn't see? Can someone just write risky business answer lozenge operator bug in bug reports? I'll know what that means. Something like that, just because otherwise I'll forget. What are we doing? Thunderball mode, confirm config. Right, have some of titles. Some of titles. That's not a sentence. Shut up, Ben. But have some anyway. It's Thursday night. We are live from the Game Night Control Center, and it is time for the midweek Thunderball draw. XDFR is the code you need. Have you met my ex, DFR? Oh, it's nearly Franklin D. Roosevelt, but not quite. Let's just lucky dip tonight. Really get more of a variety of Thunderballs this time. So after this, we are going into a half dev stream, half testing a new format. It will use the Unicon, but it won't use the Unicon at the website you're used to because I'm going to have to publish a new version of it. I'm not confident enough to overwrite the existing one, if that makes sense. So I'm going to build the version as a separate build, put it on a separate WebGL page, which will give you access. So there'll be about 20 minutes of that while that builds and I sort out the questions. Meanwhile, you can look at nice things on the overlay and I will talk you through what's going on. And that'll be great. That'll be great. And we'll get the preview of a new game that I am currently working on. 37 of you in so far, while the rest of you come and join. I'm going to look at all these raid messages. There's some really good messages in here. I'm gonna struggle to get these down. Stand by. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Why you like this lottery? Have some of titles. Yeah, some of titles. Have some of titles. Right, there we go. I've got it somewhat down. Still about 15 in there. Right, we've got 43 of you in, so I think that's long enough. We've got a full front row there. 3 people in the back. Oh. Has it died again? No, I'm definitely still here. Everything still seems to be alive. Let me stop and start. Oh, hang on. Are we back? Oh, it's not just me then. Thanks for the update, HUD601. A crash that isn't me. Stay on your unicorns. We'll do incognito Thunderball. For fuck's sake. Right, I'm starting the machine. I'm just going to start the draw. This is the most surreal thing. I'm normally just talking to myself in a room, but now I'm actually talking to myself in a room and there's no one can actually hear me. I'm going to take screenshots of the Thunderballs, is what I'm going to do, and post them in Discord. All right. Screenshots of Thunderball draw here. Right, I'm going to start the draw. Don't even care. It's going to be awesome. Really, really awesome. Right, the first ball out of the machine. Number 26. Let's get a screenshot of that. It's number 26. And the second ball out tonight. There will be video proof. Oh crap. 37. Need to get a screenshot. 37 is next. There will be video proof because I'm recording locally. We'll put on YouTube. So yeah, recording locally, it will go on YouTube. Hi HUDs, by the way. Number 20 is next. You're not to be beholden to Camelot. I'm screenshotting. It does rather put a pin in my dev stream plan. Some numbers went green. Yeah, some numbers are going green, so it means it's working. Number 11 is next. This is the weirdest Thunderball I've ever done. 11 is next. And the fourth ball. I should probably be posting the numbers in chat, but Proogs seems to have me at this point. Proogs and or Lewis. The fifth ball, the final of the Blue Thunderballs, is number 24. 24, that makes up the 5 lines of your main Thunderball line. And, right. Well, let's go to the second machine. And start it up and remind you of the payouts that you can't see because Twitch has charted itself. But that's fine, I guess. Let's release the Thunderballs. In they go. Hopefully we'll still get some money and everything, because everything is still running at my end. I'm just glad it's a crash that wasn't my fault for a change. Anyway, let's start the draw. Good luck. Here comes the Thunderball. Thundbaral. Need to go back to school, Ben, and learn how to type. Tonight, the Thunderball. Oh, it's a misfire. Misfire. Let's try again. We've got one that time. The Thunderball tonight. It's number 12. I had that one. Yay. So, let's check out tonight's winning numbers, this time in ascending order. The winning line tonight is number 11, number 20, number 24, number 26, number 37, and the Thunderball, it's number 12. I'm just typing into chat. Check out the VOD in a bit to see it live. Winners, Nata, 1500 on one line. Effrontery, 1500 on one line for 2 numbers with the Thunderball. Shapes and Nando, 1000 for 3 numbers without the Thunderball. And quite a few people getting 1 number with the Thunderball, getting 500, including me. Hooray, huzzah. Big overall winners. Big overall winners. Let's take a look, shall we? Effrontery, 2750 over 4 lines. Nat is 1750 over 2. Ralph, 1750 over 4. Eli, 1050 over 6. Shapes, 1000 over 1. Nando, 1000 over 1. Sofsly, 1000 over 2. And Jerry, 1000 over 3. AB Me, 1000 over 4. And Bungle, 1000 over 4 lines as well. Hope you enjoy your pennies. I hope you're watching on the VOD because you can't see this. I obviously can't do the dev stream unless Twitch just decides it's going to come back to life. I'm going to keep pressing refresh in the hope that it might. I'm assuming everyone else is also doing that. Do I go to is it down? Is Twitch down? Twitch status. Twitch is always live. Except for when it's not. Down detector. User reports show problems with Twitch. No shit. Well, I'm just in reconciling myself with the lovely chat that's going on. And you can all enjoy this. Honestly, this is high quality content that you all need to go to the VOD channel to check. Dev stream next time. Dev stream next time. Dev stream next time. Probably. What can you do? I still got to pick a raid message. Still got to pick raid winner. Even if there's no raid. Who we raid? Is anyone still live? Is it just me? Oh no, Supersonic is still going. Supersonic's still going, so we'll raid Supersonic. Supersonic's still going, so we'll raid him. But let's pick a raid message. Let's roll the credits first of all. Let's do that. Hang on. Credits. don't know what the point of coming back to the can is, but I'm gonna go on and assume everyone is gonna go and watch the VOD for how this stream ended, because I mean, it's just it's still recording locally, and I've got to upload from the local recording anyway, because obviously it broke halfway through for me as well. So I'm just going to pick some raid messages. There's a few that have gone out already. I'm playing the New Year honors system. Joseph and his risky Technicolor business is very good. Everybody wants to be a cat. We're just normal Ben, we're just innocent Ben. The Stoats coat. Answer text pride flag. A lot of confident boying. I did like that one. Lowercase album titles are woke nonsense. They are indeed. Why you like this lottery? Some of titles have some of titles. And I think that only leaves me with one. Yeah, the raid message tonight is going to be from Shapes. Faeces indeed. Faeces indeed. I like that one. That sort of sums up the stream quite nicely as well, I think. There's some good ones in there. Joseph and his risky Technicolor business will be an honourable second place. And answer text pride flag and a lot of confident boying I liked as well. But yes, Faeces indeed seems to be a fitting end to this stream. Hopefully everything will be working on Saturday, but go check the VOD. Check the VOD when it's up. And see you all on Saturday. Join the Discord. There. Discord is there. Right, we're going to raid Supersonic and say Faeces indeed. And all will be well. Thanks, everybody. How do you do his name? It's Supersonic _, isn't it? Right. Thanks, everyone. You've been watching in some form or another Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Until Saturday night, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And until then, take care, peace out, and good night.
I won one of those bonus levels while pushing, but I have